Why that handsome hunk Tom Selleck swooped in to save the day for Princess Diana, how Diana's family swooped in to save Prince Harry, and why were Kim Kardashian's boos cut from Tom Brady's Netflix roast. These are my LA diaries.
Hey guys, welcome back to. Today we're diving into two major headlines: why King Charles snubbed Prince Harry on his recent UK trip, and how Netflix covered up Kim Kardashian getting booed at Tom Brady's roast. Make sure you watch until the end for some wild details.
Back in the UK, Prince Harry attended a Thanksgiving celebration at St. Paul's Cathedral on Wednesday to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. I mean, truly, congratulations to him. That is pretty cool. The event was packed with veterans and wounded service people. Actor Damian Lewis recited a poem to the congregation before Harry read a passage from Corinthians and Isaiah. Notably absent, Meghan Markle and their children, Archie and Lily. Honestly, probably not the right venue for them. They're still very young, but it was a special day for Prince Harry, and I'm sure he missed Meghan. Even names like Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice were thrown around. We saw neither one of those individuals, and as to be expected, no sightings of Prince William or King Charles. Every camera was glued trying to get the shot of the lonely prince as he marched up the steps of the cathedral. But fear not, Harry wasn't completely on his own at the Invictus service. Princess Diana's siblings, Lady Jane Bellows and Earl Spencer, attended the anniversary event to show support for Prince Harry. Princess Diana's former chef, Darren McGrady, wrote that he was genuinely thrilled to see Diana's brother and sister there to support her youngest son, but said, wish they had supported his mother, Princess Diana, when she was alive. He said it, I didn't, don't at me. Now, unpopular opinion, I think this whole event was a beautifully orchestrated PR push for poor Prince Harry. And the addition of Princess Diana's siblings starts to build the narrative that Harry is much closer to them. So in turn, much more like Saint Diana than Prince William could ever be. Harry's trip started with an unusually transparent statement to his friends at the Telegraph about plans to see his father, King Charles. A spokesperson for Harry told the publication, in response to the many inquiries and continued speculation on whether or not the Duke will meet with his father while in the UK this week, it unfortunately will not be possible due to His Majesty's full program. The Duke, of course, is understanding of his father's diary of commitments and various other priorities and hopes to see him soon. End statement. Well, that's interesting to me that Prince Harry would be worried about speculation. Where was this drive to shut down speculation when Obed Scobie's Endgame leaked and Meghan and Harry's favorite reporter accused the King and Princess of Wales of racism? Or are we still calling it unconscious bias? Not too worried about speculation then. To most of us, this was a complete 180, unless you live and die by the Daily Beast sources who, to be fair, said King Charles would be too busy to meet with Prince Harry weeks ago. However, to clarify, some of the other stories up there lately have been kind of sus. If you know, you know.
And if you love royal drama and Hollywood gossip, hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get into it. Prince Harry was back in the UK for the Invictus Games, attending a service at St. Paul's Cathedral. Veterans and wounded service members attended, but not his father, King Charles, or Prince William. Harry walked up those steps alone, with cameras zooming in on the lonely prince. So why the cold shoulder? Let's talk about it.
Of course, we were hearing from both camps as of last week that the King and Prince Harry wanted to see each other, and a brief reunion was likely in the cards. So what happened? And are Harry's new PR gurus trying to seize the pity press for some positive headlines? I've heard two conflicting reports. One is that there were negotiations that took place about the time, location, and logistics, who would be in the room during the meeting. Some questioning whether Prince Harry rejected the idea of seeing Queen Camilla. To counter that report, I've heard that Prince Harry never formally reached out to try to secure a spot in his father's calendar. And I know that Katie Nichol disagreed with me on Airs and Spares about this, But there were numerous articles published over the last few weeks suggesting that Prince Harry might skip the event because he has certain demands when it comes to his security and would not appear unless those were agreed upon. The palace isn't going to wait for another one of Harry's tantrums to end so that they know whether or not to lock in a moment with his cancer-stricken father. Put on your big boy pants, Harry. To recap, theory number 1, negotiations went south. Theory number 2, Prince Harry didn't pursue the proper channels or give the palace enough of a lead. Theory number 3 is an interesting one. Was King Charles advised not to see Prince Harry prior to his faux royal Nigerian tour to ensure that any meetings between the two did not appear to be an endorsement by the king of Harry cosplaying as a working royal? I think of all these theories, I'm going to have to lean into number 3. I mean, they're all possible, but any meeting with the king gives Prince Harry that fresh royal connection, credibility that he so desperately needs to function, ironically, outside of the royal family. But a royal rejection from dad, pretty embarrassing PR unless you can spin it correctly to win a sympathetic audience. And I felt like that was exactly what Prince Harry was attempting to do with his conveniently placed statement in the Telegraph. Have you ever noticed how often they get Harry exclusives? My dad is too busy to see me completely feeds into the spare narrative that Harry was always an afterthought, an outcast, and never an, oh, what was that word again? Priority. The Duke, of course, is understanding of his father's diary of commitments and various other priorities and hopes to see him soon. Is priorities code for Queen Camilla? Inquiring minds want to know. The cherry on top, I mean, Prince Harry having Princess Diana's brother and sister show up to support him reminds the world that he is loved, loved, loved Diana's son. That's a no-brainer. I actually can't believe I didn't think of it. I could kick myself. But remember, it was Robert Lacey's Battle of Brothers. Battle of the Brothers? Brothers are battling, where Lacey claims that Prince William angered Prince Harry by asking their uncle, Earl Spencer, to stop Harry from rushing into a marriage with Meghan Markle. The book read, the result of the Spencer intervention was an even more bitter explosion. Once again, Harry refused to slow down.
There are 3 big theories about why King Charles refused to see Harry. 1. Failed negotiations. Talks about when and where to meet fell through. Some say Harry didn't want to see Queen Camilla. 2. Harry didn't even try. Insiders claim Harry never made a formal request, just a public statement. 3. A strategic move. King Charles is preparing for Nigeria, and meeting Harry could seem like an endorsement. Which one do you believe? Drop a comment below.
He didn't blame his uncle. He understood why Diana's brother should want to help. Yet he was furious with his elder brother for dragging other family members into the row. Wow, what about dragging Oprah Winfrey into it? Weird. Some will accuse Prince Harry of manipulating the public by parading around with the Spencers, reminding the world, hey, I'm a black sheep too. I'm just like my mom. But I don't think I'm ready to go there just yet. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Speaking of Princess Diana 80s and 90s hunk, Tom Selleck is opening up about his dance with Princess Diana at the White House. In his new book, You Never Know, The Jesse Stone Stud, can you tell that I have a crush on Tom Selleck and that manly mustache on his face, reveals why he swooped in to spin Diana along the dance floor. At a star-studded White House state dinner thrown by President Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan in November of 1985, where Nancy kept kicking Barbara Bush off the guest list because she was petty with a capital P, John Travolta famously danced the night away with Princess Diana as Tom Selleck and Clint Eastwood looked on. As Diana and John went for round 2 on the dance floor, some guests were nervous at what the press might write in the next day's papers. One female attendee insisted, Mr. Selleck, you must step in and replace him. Tom responded, I'm not cutting in on John Travolta. As dance number 2 wrapped, Selleck slid in for a slow number and wrote of Diana, Princess Diana was lovely, and there was a very shy quality about her in spite of her being well schooled in the art of conversation. Now, there's no denying that the most viral clip from Tom Brady's Netflix roast was the boos heard around the world. When Kim Kardashian took the stage, the crowd soured. TMZ reports that Kim's fail of an introduction has been suspiciously removed from Netflix's final upload of the event that initially aired live on Sunday.
Princess Diana's family steps in. Guess who did show up to support him? Princess Diana's siblings, Earl Spencer and Lady Jane Fellows. This was a major PR moment. Having Diana's family by his side sends a clear message: Harry is still Diana's son. Kim Kardashian booed at Tom Brady's roast. Over the weekend, Kim Kardashian took the stage at Tom Brady's Netflix roast.
In the latest version, only a few seconds have been removed. It shows Kim standing at the podium and shooting a look at the audience with someone on stage telling them to settle down. So that's the original version, right? Well, now Kardashian goes straight into her joke. Those awkward few seconds have disappeared. TMZ notes that it's the only major edit from the live feed. Oh, sounds like someone else we know that doesn't like being publicly booed. Meghan Markle, cough, cough. TMZ asked Netflix to comment, but they haven't and probably won't. Do you think Netflix should have removed the audience's response to Kim Kardashian? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, this is my all-new YouTube channel called Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered. I'm bringing you the latest on royals and entertainment multiple times a week, and I want your feedback on what we should do next. Where should we go? Who should we talk to? Make sure you like this video, leave a comment below, and share it with a friend. Subscribe to Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'm Kinsey Schofield.
And the audience booed her hard. TMZ caught it on camera, but Netflix edited it out. Netflix cut the crowd's reaction to avoid awkwardness. Was this just another case of Hollywood protecting its favorites? Let me know what you think in the comments. Final thoughts and call to action. Alright, let's wrap this up. Do you think King Charles was right to snub Prince Harry? Let's discuss in the comments below. Subscribe to LA Diaries, hit that bell, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.